Welcome back everyone. In this video I'm going to show you how I put together the engine platform right here. So I'm going to try to do this around 12 inches, and I want this to be from here to this other side and even with the back bumper piece. So to get started, I went ahead and cut this piece and marked two angles, one on each side here, about 10 inches from the edge. Then I went ahead and cut it like this, and I'm going to need that little angle cut off on both sides. Here I'm doing the other side. Let me show you quickly how I cut that up. Then once I have this cut up, I'm gonna push it up to bend it together so I can get the shape I need. Then I'll bring it over to the frame and try it on. I'm going to weld this last angle. Then I'm going to go ahead and mark it so I can cut both sides. Try it on one more time. I need to adjust it to the position I want it. Which is about 10.5 inches in the inside. Now that it's welded, I'm going to put a piece across right under the engine plate. So that little piece is going to be right in the center of the engine plate. I felt it was not good enough, so I put a few more pieces here. Here's the engine plate, already secure. Now I want to show you that I used a dust collector base I had to cover part of the floor here. And then on this front portion, I dropped it down a little to give me a little bit more room on my feet. And to do that, all I did, I cut this piece in half and I made a couple of angles on the side. Then I took that piece of sheet metal and started welding it. Then I made a little cut across here, like halfway of the sheet, so I was able to bend it a little bit more and weld it all on the frame. Right here is where my seat's going to be. I was not able to drop it down more because of the axle right here. So I'll be sitting there, and then my feet are going to be here where the brake and gas pedal is going to go. I also want to show you this extra 1x1.5 tubing I added on the swing arm for the caliper to go on. The brake caliper will go here, and this extra piece I mentioned, I'm going to weld it right at the end of the swing arm. Then I'm going to measure the correct spacing for the holes, and I'm going to cut this round tubing to bring it out to the correct space to clear that disc. Then I'm going to tie down the screws in place and weld it, and this is where it will go. Then later I will add small pieces in the inside of the tube to avoid buckle. I will put 2 calipers on it. Then I want to show you how this, kind of like a preview, how this looks. The sprockets, later on I'll make a separate video on the tires and sprockets and chain and the motor. So here I put the chains together just to try it, and it looks like I'm going to need a tensioner because the spacing is not quite right. Here's a final view on both of the calipers on the rear. One final note, I wanted to show you the drawings that I am working with. There may be a few mistakes on these drawings, so be aware of that. Other than that, they may be useful for some of you. You guys are awesome.